This is Gardening with Mel. I want to thank you for taking the time to join with me. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel where you can get more tips and reviews from Gardening with Mel. Well, today we're going to talk about reinforcing your greenhouses. I know a lot of people have started purchasing their greenhouses to kind of transport some of the things from inside of the house to the outside of the house. So one thing, when you do purchase your greenhouses, a lot of them do not come with reinforcements. Very minimal reinforcements is what they require. But in order to make sure that your greenhouse stays safe and not blow away in the winds, is to reinforce it. So watch this video and I'll show you how to reinforce your greenhouse. Okay, here we have our basic greenhouse that I actually purchased from Amazon. And what I noticed with these greenhouses, it came with very minimal reinforcements to hold it down, to protect it against the wind. And in the corners, they have little attachments that kind of come out. I'm going to zoom in and you'll see this later, where you can, it comes with a string and some stakes that you can kind of have a string that comes out and stakes out into the ground. But what I have found with those types of stakes is that there are trip hazards, because the cord comes out and it goes down here, and sometimes you can't see it, you can kind of trip over it. So we want to avoid any types of trip hazards in our yards when we're in the backyard and gardening. So to reinforce it to where it's a little bit more safer, what I have done is I have staked it from the inside on both ends and some reinforcements in the back of the greenhouse, also on the inside. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and also how I finished off my greenhouse by also supporting it with brick pavers, which have a lot of heavy weight. These are 24 by 24 brick pavers here at the bottom that I use to also hold down the sides of the greenhouse, and also provide you with extra planting space for some pots, pottery, or whatever you would like to have on the sides of your greenhouse to kind of make it a little bit more presentable. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to zoom in so that you can see exactly how I reinforced the greenhouse. So what I did was I actually had an old stake from some trees that had blown down. We had like a bad windstorm and I lost a tree in the front of my house, and I had this huge like stake that's a support beam to hold trees. So I repurposed that and I used that and I staked it in the ground in the front of the garden house. Okay. Then, since we have these little attachments on the side, that's where I took a zip tie and reinforced it by zip tying this part of the greenhouse to this stake. Okay, since I had that. So that's a little bit extra support here. Also on the side, the back side of the greenhouse, you have the same little things that stick out to the side. This is where they would want you to use that string that comes with it, and then you have this little plastic stake to stake it in the ground. Well, instead of doing that, I just used these stakes that I bought as some 6-foot stakes that I used, and I put them and hammered them into the ground really good so that it has some support. And then I zip tied it also there from the back, so that way the back has some type of support from the wind. When gust comes, it's got something to hold on to. Okay, I also did it on the opposite side in the front. So this is a 6-foot stake going down to the ground on the outside. I didn't do the back side of this one because I figured I have a little bit more support, but if you wanted to yourself, you can also put another stake here and also reinforce it into the ground for a little extra support there. But I figured I might have enough support, so I'm hoping that this works. Now on the inside of your garden bed, we're going to go inside. I purchased some smaller stakes just to reinforce it from the bottom, because it comes with little ties on the inside. As you can see, there's little ties here. So I put the stake and then I reinforced it with a zip tie to these stakes. So this is also the extra support that we have. This is in the front. Okay. And also, you just tied it here. This is just reinforced there. And I also did the same in the front on this other side. If you can see there, I put the stake there and I reinforced it with another zip tie here at the bottom. Okay. Also, they do provide you with these cool little racks. And with the racks, they were kind of flimsy. So what I did is I also zip tied those for extra support. So if it does get a little windy and it starts shaking in here, at least these racks won't come loose. So you also want to make sure you purchase some zip ties. It does come with some, but they were a little bit thin. But I wanted to reinforce it with some heavier, thicker zip ties. Okay. Did that on all of our racks inside of it. Then I kind of added some solar lights on the inside so it kind of looks nice at night. I mean, you don't have to do that, but that was just me trying to do that. So that's how I reinforced it. And then also on the inside, you can see I added flooring. I put down some brick pavers to kind of fit in there. Then I added some pea gravel stones also to help hold down the bottom of it. And then you also have a flooring. It's not any grass and weeds growing in here. I put some landscaping fabric down first, and I added all of this inside stuff in there also as well. Okay. So there you have it. How to reinforce your greenhouse. If you found this video helpful, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment and let me know if this video was helpful to you. Thank you for joining. Happy gardening, and may your gardening be blessed.